Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings, the science and technology channel.
Yeah, and today we are talking about this afternoon we're talking about another health topic. This one is pretty special, I think. It doesn't have anything definitive from what I can gather right now, but it's a start, right?
Yeah,
So this is pretty cool.
cutting edge tech research.
Yeah, this disease related thing that we're going to talk about it seems like it's becoming more and more prevalent.
Yeah.
So this would be good to get a handle on this thing if they could. So anyway, here we go.
A single dose of rapamycin, that's Rapamycin, rapamycin, reversed nearly every autism-associated brain and behavioral change linked to inflammation before birth in adult mice within just 2 hours. So this is before birth, right?
Right.
Then the little mouse, baby mouse is born, in 2 hours, normal. Or no, whatever it does. Changes laid down in the brain before birth may not be as functionally permanent as they appear. In adult mice exposed to inflammation in the womb, UCLA researchers restored more typical brain activity and eased several autism-associated behaviors in about 2 hours using a single dose of rapamycin. Would you like to know?
Okay, so the improvement was dramatic but short-lived. Rapamycin did not rebuild altered brain tissue or erase development differences. Instead, it appeared to rapidly reset how neurons and larger brain networks operated, suggesting that some persistent symptoms can arise from brain circuits that remain adjustable in adulthood.
The study, published on July 23rd, 2026 in Nature Communications, used a mouse model of maternal inflammatory response. Previous work with this model found that even relatively mild inflammation during pregnancy can affect fetal brain development, leaving offspring with mild brain overgrowth, increased seizure susceptibility, disrupted sensory processing, and repetitive behaviors that continue into adulthood. Inflammation, huh?
Yeah. Maternal inflammation is one of the severe environmental factors being studied for its possible influence on neurodevelopment. It does not mean that inflammation during pregnancy inevitably causes autism, which is a highly complex condition shaped by many genetic and environmental influences. Animal models also reproduce or only selected features associated with autism and cannot capture the full human condition. But it's a start.
It's a start. In the new experiments, researchers triggered a mild immune response in mice early in pregnancy using a dose that did not make the mother significantly ill. Their offspring, nevertheless, developed persistent inflammation in the brain and elsewhere in the body, excessive activity in the mTOR signaling pathway, and poorly organized communication between brain regions.
The mTOR pathway acts as one of the cell's central control systems, helping regulate growth, metabolism, and protein production. Excessive mTOR activity has been implicated in several genetic conditions associated with autism, which has made the pathway an important target for neuroscience research.
Rapamycin suppresses mTOR signaling. The drug is already used clinically to prevent organ rejection and for certain other medical conditions, but its effects on the immune system and risk of serious side effects limits its usefulness.
When the researchers gave the adult offspring one dose of rapamycin, abnormal neuronal firing quickly subsided. Okay, so I don't understand that whole mechanism, but the fact that it changed it is just caught my attention. Whatever the other neurons.
Yeah, I think neuronal firing is just the little things in your mind and your brain that are just
your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. So the abnormal ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The mice became less vulnerable to seizures. Communication among brain regions shifted towards more typical patterns, and the organization of larger functional networks improved.
Repetitive behaviors and sensory overresponsivity also declined. Sensory overresponsivity can make ordinary sounds, lights, textures, or other sensations feel unusually intense and is a common, difficult to treat challenge for many autistic people. Why you see them with headphones or over their ears.
Right. They're blocking out the outside world and concentrating on whatever that's going on and directly inputted into yeah. Nearly all of these changes emerged within roughly 2 hours. That speed was critical because remodeling synapses and physically rewiring the brain normally takes much longer. The results therefore point to a rapid functional reset rather than a structural repair.
To investigate what caused the rapid response, the team again examined gene activity in brain cells before and after treatment. Rapamycin reversed abnormal expression in genes associated with autism, epilepsy, and ion channel function, with especially strong effects in excitatory neurons.
Ion channels help control the electrical signals used by neurons to communicate. The findings suggest that rapamycin temporarily restored a healthier balance of electrical activity, calming neurons that had become excessively excitable without first having to reconstruct their physical connections.
The work does not establish rapamycin as an autism treatment. Its benefits faded and daily treatment gradually lost effectiveness as the mice developed tolerance over several weeks. Long-term rapamycin use can also cause significant toxicity because mTOR signaling supports many essential processes throughout the body.
Still, the findings reveal several possible targets beyond rapamycin itself. Future treatments might seek to regulate overactive sensory circuits, rebalance excitation and inhibition among neurons, or reorganize dysfunctional brain networks without broadly suppressing mTOR throughout the body. Again, I don't understand all that, but this is a start. Did you remember that movie that Robin Williams was in? And I think he was a psychiatrist, and he was in a facility that had people that were affected both mentally and physically.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
You ever saw that movie? Robert De Niro, who I'm not a big fan of, was in that movie. There were several people that were in that movie, and he noticed something about a couple of the people, and he was able to, something he did, again, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but something he did triggered something in these people's minds and bodies, and they were normal for a brief period of time, and then they regressed back into their disability. And the normal or the everyday doctors and researchers at this facility, if I remember correctly, just kind of wrote it off as just a fluke. But it was kind of cool because I think again, members of the families that came and visited these people were astounded at this change, obviously, that they hadn't seen in years or ever maybe. And yeah, it was kind of cool. It was, bittersweet movie because, they were saved for a bit and then they regressed, but this almost seems like that. But, just they'll keep tweaking it and maybe they'll find something that they can do either pre-birth, inject into the mother pre-birth or after birth. I don't know, but this is cool. Again, I being a special needs bus driver for a number of years and seeing people with this autism at different levels, it's tough for these families. So this is great. If they can find something to cure this or straighten it out, it would be awesome. So, okay.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow morning.